Hi, this is Lynn from A Bypass to a Leaner Lynn, coming at you with my week 29 and my 7 month surgiversary update. I'm actually a little bit shy of my 7th month. It'll be this coming Thursday on the 17th of this month. But I figure, well, if I wait till Friday, I will be a day late and a dollar short, and don't want that to happen now. So I'm just going to do this all as one update. Um, I had a Roux-en-Y gastric bypass on October 17th, 2017 at Merit Health River Oaks Hospital with Dr. David Carroll. My beginning weight, my highest weight was 331 pounds. My day of surgery weight was 279 pounds. I had lost about 52 pounds if I figured it out right. And then last week I came at you at 199.8. I had entered Wonderland and I have worried all week long. Will I pop out of Wonderland? You don't want to pop out of Wonderland. And I didn't. I didn't lose a lot. I did lose 1 pound, so I'm down to 198.2. So, or 198.8, I'm sorry. So that puts my overall loss at 132.2 pounds, which is just astronomical to me. And since surgery, I have lost 80.2 pounds. So I think I have done really well. For my 7 month surgiversary, I have lost a total of 6 pounds. Kind of wish it had been a little bit more this month. It's been a little bit slow. I had a stall on week 26, so that's kind of probably why I didn't. And I haven't had any just really good losses this month because I usually throw one 4 pound loss in there somewhere, but I didn't do it this month. So, and that's okay. I know it's going to slow down, and I know that this is a lot of hard work. So it's not a big deal. It's just you just always want to lose more, right? But at any rate, I'm just really happy where I'm at. I was going to do my measurements and I forgot those again. Oh dear. And I'd have to print them out from the computer. So, what you going to do? I did lose some inches between my 6 month or between March or April and May, excuse me. Uh, Good heavens. But at any rate, that's how I've done weight loss wise. I did have some things that I wanted to update you on. Somebody wanted to know what I eat in a day. And I'm just not really good at at the taking pictures and inserting it. I really have no clue how to do that. So I can pretty much tell you what I ate today or what I ate or will eat today. These are my plans. For breakfast, I had a boiled egg and a strawberry cheesecake, Danny's Light and Fit strawberry cheesecake, Greek yogurt. And then I also had a cup of coffee with collagen decaffeinated as per the directions of my bariatric clinic. It's not quite as good, but it was good. I make that. Make it with. I make my collagen coffee, or I call it my collagen coffee, with a half a serving of collagen peptides from Vital Proteins, and I wish I had known about that. It's a good protein, and I think it's just been really good for my bone and joints. I stopped taking it because they said it was because I had read somewhere that it could be constipating, and there'll be an update on the constipation issue in a little bit. But at any rate, I have started taking the collagen, and when I had stopped taking it, I was having more knee pain and more foot pain and more back pain. And since I've started using it again, I've done real well with it, and the pain is much less. So I really think that it helps the bone and joint health. Um, at any rate, I make my coffee I make a cup of decaf coffee, and I have gotten some specialty ones. One is vanilla cream brulee, one is heavenly caramel, and one is sinful delight, and it's kind of like a turtle, um, with the caramel and the chocolate. And so when I make usually I'll put some kind of Torani syrup in with it, and the half serving of collagen, and then some creamer, some non-dairy sugar-free creamer, and then I put a spritz of whipped cream on top of it just for extra specialness. I just really like that whipped cream, and it's one of those sweet things that I do because it's just satisfied my sweet tooth. Without too many calories, because it only has 1 gram of sugar, so I figure I'm okay on that. So that's how I make my coffee. At lunch, I had some cucumber slices, and I had a ham wrap, and I used the Olay Extreme Wellness tortilla wraps, and they're 50 calories a piece. They've got like 6 grams of protein in one wrap. And then I put 2 ounces of sliced deli ham, and I always get the kind that has, with the least ingredients, with no nitrates or nitrites, the sodium, that bad stuff, whatever it's called. I make sure that I get it without that. And then I put like just a teaspoon of Bluebonnet light margarine spread on it. I don't like mayonnaise or salad dressing all that much for some reason, so I prefer butter. Or not butter, but margarine. Butter's got a lot of calories. And then I put some tomatoes on it and some pickles, and I make a wrap out of it. And today I was able to eat a half of that wrap. I couldn't eat the whole thing. And then I had the cucumber slices, and those are real good. And so that's what I had for lunch. For dinner, my plans are to go to a place called Fernando's, and I will have the refried beans. The meal that I get, it's on the lighter side menu, and it's just really some grilled chicken and a salad and some refried beans. And actually it comes with Spanish rice, but I substitute out for the refried beans. And I usually can eat about a third of it, so it works out to about 2 ounces of meat. And eventually my dogs get to finish off the rest of the meat, because I'll have it one more time, and then I just go ahead and let the dogs have the rest, because it's just too much and get kind of tired of it. So that's kind of what I'll have for supper tonight. For snacks, I may finish off my wrap for a snack. I'm not sure. I'm really not hungry, and I would probably be eating it in about 30 minutes, and I'm just really not hungry. But I did have my cold brew coffee for a morning snack. And I can cope with that because I can kind of sip it, and when I feel full, then I can wait a while and sip a little bit more, and so it doesn't make me over full like something like the wrap will. But I make my protein coffee or my cold brew coffee with cold brew, and then either a caramel Premier caramel shake. I do it with cookies and cream. I do it with vanilla. Sometimes I do it with chocolate, but that's not my favorite. And then I'll use a Tirani syrup in it. I'll put 1 packet of Truvia in it. And then I will usually put a serving of Equate fiber in it, which is the same thing as it's the equivalent of Benefiber. And lots of ice in it. It's basically a frappe, and it just tastes awesomely good. So if you want to try that, go for it because it is really, really good. Caramel is my favorite. Now I will with the vanilla one or the cookies and cream one. I also will get the French vanilla cold brew, and then and with the one with the cookies and cream, I'll add both vanilla bean Tiranis and some chocolate Tiranis. And it's sugar free and it's 0 calories. So I'm not adding any calories to it. And I mean, folks, it's delicious. Um, it just really is delicious. That's my favorite. They try to get me, that is the only real caffeine that I get every day because they said to cut out the caffeine as much as possible. And so, but I figure, if I cut out my cold brew protein coffee, I don't know how I would replace those calories because it's 185 calories and that's like 2 more snacks a day or I don't know. I just don't see myself doing that. And I really, really like it. And, life cannot always be about what is doing always the best. And that's my little sweet treat. It just makes me happy. So I'm going to drink it. And caffeine doesn't keep me awake. So I usually have that in the morning. Sometimes if I have a smoothie in the morning, which I kind of alternate, I'll have a smoothie one morning and then I'll have something like a yogurt another morning, or I'll do like a half a yogurt, which by the way, this morning was only a half of the Light and Fit yogurt because I can't eat the whole thing in an egg. So, and then I will also probably have another collagen coffee as a snack in the evening. And it's just the right amount to kind of fill me up before bed. Sometimes I'll eat a pickle too, but that's only like 3 calories. So, what you're going to do. And now, right now, I've got it as 821 calories. So I'm just barely over the 800 they want me to get. That gives me 113 grams of protein, 71 carbs with 26 grams of fiber. So that's less than 50 net carbs. I'd have to figure that out in my head. Only 8 grams of sugar for the day. I try to keep the sugar really, really low. Macros, I'm probably off because I always skew on the side of protein. I don't know why. I'm just not a big carb person. Right now, well, actually, I've got 51%. I'm supposed to I try to get 40% protein, 25% fat, and 35% carbs. And I've got 32% carbs, so I'm within 3%, and that's good. My fat is like 17%, and I'm not good at getting the fat. I don't know why. Even what you'd think with those refried beans and an egg, I would be at 25 or 30%, but apparently not. At least that's what my tracker says. If If I go ahead and have the wrap, which I don't think I will, that'll put me up about another 50 calories. But I don't know. I'm just full. I just don't want any more. I feel like sometimes the clinic is asking me to force feed myself. Oh, but at any rate, that's all I got on that. Let me go to my notes. Okay. I did go to my PCP about the constipation issues that I'm having. If you're just tuning in, I just have a real difficult time with constipation. I have had to take a laxative at least once a week to just to go once a week. And it has gotten extremely comfortable. It's given me stomach issue. He said I was experiencing a lot of pain between my shoulder blades and my upper back. And he said that's where that's coming from too. So apparently, he said that's probably why I was throwing up. Was just because I was so. He said we have got to get you cleaned out, and so he has me taking the highest dose of Linzess, and then he told me to double that up with either milk of magnesia or and I may have already told you this. I may be updating you twice. It seems like I might have, but he told me to take either milk of magnesia or Miralax. I don't really like the Miralax. It to me it has a taste, and I just don't like it. So I figure the milk of magnesia is slurp it down and you're done, and the gross experience is over. I take the Linzess first thing in the morning, and I take the milk of magnesia before I go to bed. It's helped with the constipation. In fact, I'm really kind of in the other direction of I'm having a lot of diarrhea issues. So I think I'm going to go ahead and back off, and instead of taking the full dose of milk with magnesia, I think taking the 30 milliliter, I'll back off because it says either 30 or 60 milliliters. So I think I'm going to back up to 30 and see if I can't get a little less. Of course, the diarrhea, I'm sorry, too much information, kind of does help because one of the problems is that, even when I take a laxative, my stools have been so hard. And with my back issues, it hurts to strain to go to the bathroom. And I bear down and I feel like my back is coming apart. My lower back is coming apart. So, not fun, really. And I've got to get a drink of water. I'm getting so dry. Merit Health, River Oaks, where I had my surgery. That's from my surgery. Um, I will get another epidural shot in my back on the 31st, and hopefully that will resolve some more of the pain. I've done exceptionally well. I'm not using my walker anymore, and I have been getting my 10,000 steps in every day. And sometimes it does get a little painful, but it's tolerable. And like I said, I really think that the collagen is helping with that too. So I'm looking forward to that. I have been going to physical therapy. I went ahead and begged off, and if I feel like like it helps, I just need to get a new prescription from my doctor to continue. But it's just so busy at the end of school. It's just taking too much time. And it helps some, not really a lot. So I kind of cut that out. And my last thing I wanted to talk about is unflavored protein powders. I have tried Isopure, and folks, that was nasty. They say it's unflavored. It is not unflavored. It's just utterly, ew. I don't know any other way to describe it. It may not bother other people that it has a little twang to it, but it bothers me. I couldn't mix it in anything and not taste it. And it just didn't taste, that taste was not good. If it was kind of good or, kind of savory or salty or sweet or something, I might have been able to talk, but it was just nasty. That's all you can say for it to me. I have tried Gen Pro, and Gen Pro isn't flavored, but they say it mixes well in, heat and cold liquids. And I found it clumped a little bit in my coffee, which when I went off to college and I wanted I wanted to keep that protein in my coffee, I used the Gen Pro. And I also am not sure that I trust it. I mean, according to what I read, the reason it's only 58 calories for a full scoop, and it's not a big scoop, it's probably not even a tablespoon, I wouldn't think. It might be, but they say it's because they have found ways to compress because a gram is 4 calories. So if you've got 30 grams of protein, you should have at least 120 grams or 120 calories. But it only has 58.6 actually. And so it just doesn't add up mathematically. So I was really only counting it as 15 grams, but they say because they have come through with a process that makes the parts that make up the grams smaller, that's why it's only 58.6 calories. I just don't know whether I trust that. And I'm not saying they're lying. It could be perfect legit, and it may genuinely have found a way to make 13 grams of protein. That's not 120 calories. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But to me, it's just kind of suspicious. The best that I found, and I so wish I had known about this back when I was out of surgery and I was trying to get protein in, it's Vital Proteins makes a version, and I think there's other manufacturers, but it's collagen peptides, and there's a vegan version, I think, and there's the one that I have says it comes from beef. It's not a complete protein, I don't think, but it has the proteins that are really good for bones and joints. And, given that particularly with bypass, calcium is so hard, for us, and one of the complications is you can develop osteoporosis from it. I think that, for the health of your bone and joints, that's a real good benefit. And then the reason I wish I'd known about this was I was trying to make the unjury chicken soup, and it had a good taste, but you couldn't heat it up hardly to lukewarm, and then it would just like curdle and clump, and that was pretty icky. And so, I mean, it tasted good, but trying to figure out where that point was between when it was warm enough and where it went clump was extremely difficult. I bought 2 of them, and I ended up throwing 1.5 away because I just flat gave up on the chicken soup idea. And the thing is there's a product called Better Than Bouillon, and it tastes really, really good. And I could have put the Vital Proteins in that and gotten a good bit of protein. I think it's like 20 grams 18 grams for a full serving, and 9 grams when I do it in my coffee. So it gives me 18 grams of protein a day. So I think that's pretty good, and it does not have taste. It mixes in my coffee. It mixes in my cold stuff. it just mixes really, really well. And I could have used that. I could have used that, and I didn't know about it right after my surgery. So if you're contemplating having surgery, that is a good way to get some protein in, is with collagen peptides. It's kind of pricey, but I think it's worth it. But at any rate, that's all I've got to talk about. I love all of you. You bless my life in so many ways. And I just really enjoy making these videos, and I enjoy watching yours. And so just everybody be blessed this week. Have great weight loss. If you have any questions, put them in down below. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell so that you'll know when I do post a video. I'm not really good about always posting them on Fridays. That's my target date, but I don't always get to it. So, at any rate, you like my two pairs of glasses, sunglasses, reading glasses. But at any rate, love you all. You just all be blessed. Bye.